today. Just get my screens up here, although probably pressing the wrong buttons. Lukey will attest to that. Oh, I don't even know how he does it or what he does, but he pushes right buttons or something. I don't know. Good morning, everybody. How are you? It is Saturday morning, the 30th of August, and you are joining me, Beck, at Beck's House of Craft for Breakfast with Beck. Say that 5 times fast. It is my regular weekly Facebook segment, so let me introduce myself. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Melbourne in Australia, so welcome. If you're joining me, let me know that you're here with some comments and watching me live. You'll see a little live button up here in the corner. So, got my chai latte this morning, nice and hot, because it is freezing this morning. My fingers are so cold. Oh, hello, Christine. How are you? Good morning, Marianne. Hey, Judy. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Let me take a quick sip. And try not to burn my tongue because I just made it and it's super hot. Oh my God, the wind last night. I've been awake since 3 o'clock this morning, so I think I might have got a bit of a high this morning. It's, the wind was waking me up, and then the dog was snoring, and then the other dog was licking itself, and oh my goodness, it was just a nightmare this morning. But anyway, that's my morning. How have you all been? Judy, you're away. You're away on holiday? Oh, not yet. Maybe not yet. I don't know. Hey, Beck. Oh, it's 4 p.m. in Oregon, 82 degrees. Oh, Leanne, I wish it was 82 degrees. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, but it sounds hot. You didn't sleep well either, Christine. I know, it was just a horrible night for it, wasn't it? It was just horrible. Alright guys, so this morning I'm going to share with you a little bit of new stuff. Good morning, Wendy from deep south of New Zealand. Well, it would be cold down there, I'm assuming. Down there. Or not till Thursday. Or countdown's on, Judy. My countdown's on for Vegas too, but I've still got 70 days to go. So it's a bit longer than what you've got. Hey Leonie, how are you? It would be freezing up there. Oh my goodness, it's so cold. I just want summer to hurry up and get here, and then we'll all complain about how hot it is, but I won't. I never complain about how hot it is. So, good morning, Jan. How are you? Alright, so this morning, as I said, we've got a few new catalogues coming out in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I don't know. The 3rd of September, how many days is that? 4 days. 4 days away. So we've got the new mini catalogue coming out. That's new. That starts on the 3rd of September, and we also have some new online exclusives are coming out as well. So the online exclusives we had a bit of a play with the other day at the Gathering Together suite. So today I'm going to show you something from the mini catalogue. So let me point you down and we'll get started. Oh, 7 degrees. Yeah, see, that's just too cold, Maura. Yeah, I don't like the cold. I don't do the cold very well. Now I've got puppies whinging at the door to come in. Well, they're just going to have to whinge, aren't they? Alright, let me flip you down and we're going to get started. So I'm going to use this suite today called the Autumn Trees. Let me quickly show you what's in this Autumn Trees bundle. So you get, and this is a huge suite. Let me just quickly check how much the whole suite is for you. Oh, where are we? If I can find it real quick. I should have had it open on that page. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Eh? But I was too busy making my chai this morning to get it open to the right page. Here we go. What have we got? Well, I've got it on the right page. Hang on, maybe it's on the next page. Ah, here we go. So it's a whopper. It's $258 for everything. But you're getting 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, ribbon, gems. You get a lot with it. Now, I was lucky enough to get this stamp set when I was on the incentive trip. So that was one of my prize wheels that we got then. But let me show you this gorgeous DSP. It is just, once again, my colours. Browns, greens. So we got little reindeers or little deers. We've got some early espresso. So some pheasants and some like little, I don't know, leaves, some stripy bits, and some cute little foxes. And I reckon this paper is really, really cool for Father's Day. You know, making some Father's Day cards. So, and then we have the pumpkins, and then just some more, it kind of looks like Sahara sand, but it's not, because that's an old colour, so I'd say it's crumb cake. It's showing my age, my Stampin' Up age. Isn't that funny how we go, ooh, how long have you been a Stampin' Up member for? Well, I was around when this colour was out. Show your Stampin' Up age. And then you also get this cool sheet of foil, and you actually get 3 sheets of 12 by 12 in this cool copper colour foil. How cool is that? So it's a really huge suite. Did I have the gems out? Did the gems? Oh, the gems are there. And then there's this ribbon. It's kind of like nylon-y coloured ribbon. And it looks like, you know, the gold ribbon we had, but like a shorter sort of, smaller sort of version of the goldish coloured ribbon. So anyway, we're going to play with this today, and we're going to make a box card. A box card, Beck. Yep, we're going to go all out there, and we're going to make a 3D box card today. So this is where I need your help. I need your help in deciding what colours we're going to use. So should we use the fox? I like the fox. I kind of like the fox. Or the trees. Or the pheasant. Where's the pheasant gone? Oh, the pheasant. Alright. We have got, is that all the designs we've got? Just 4. I think you've got 3 sheets of each. Yeah, we've got 3 sheets of each, so there's only 4 designs. Which is not too bad, especially if you're a demo and you're trying to make classes, because you get that extra sheet of paper. So I still have a stamp. Yeah, I've still got ink pads of Sahara sand, Julie. Or is the videos coming up like a... Oh, it shouldn't... I hope it's not coming up like a reel. Oh, goodness me, Megan. I hope it's not. The fox is timid tiger. Yeah, fox is quite nice. No, I think it's more like pumpkin pie. Let me see the colours on the back of the... on the paper. Because this is an awesome thing that Stampin' Up do for us. They give us colours here. So it's... Oh, Cajun Craze. So it's not even pumpkin pie. So I like the Foster and the pheasant together. The pheasant and the fox. Is that, I think that's supposed to mean fox and pheasant. Well, we only need 1 piece of DSP. So which one will we use? Alright, well, we'll eliminate the pumpkin and the trees then, because nobody said the trees and the pumpkin. So it's not. No, it's Cajun Craze. Believe it or not, it's Cajun Craze. Probably have bits of, well, you'd think Timid Tiger would be for the fox, but no, it's Cajun Craze. Pretty cool. Alright, what have we got? Look, while you're putting your votes in, I've got to go and let Romy in. She's whinging. Let me just go and quickly open the door. Hold, please. Alright, I'm back. And then it's a rush because both of them try and squeeze through the door at the same time. Alright. Alright, fox it is. Let's use the fox. Alright. So, we're going to need some matching DSP. So, matching DSP. We've got our DSP. We need some cardstock. So, do we go Early Espresso? Do we go Cajun Craze? Because that's what it is. So let me grab out a few sheets so we can decide. Cajun Craze. Oh, that's a bit Cajun Crazy, isn't it? Do we go Mossy Meadow? Let me pull out a few sheets before you jump in. Or do we go... I'm going to throw Left Wing here. Very vanilla. What do we do? We need... This is for our card base. So we need to have a colour for our card base. I don't think, yeah, I don't think we could go. I think they're the colours. I think we'll choose there. What do you reckon? Giving you heaps of colours to choose. Early Espresso, Early Espresso. Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow. Early Espresso's in the wind so far. What have we got? 4 for Early Espresso. Yeah, I thought of Crumb Cake more, but I thought it might have been a bit pale. Let me see. I'll grab Crumb Cake and we can have a look. Early Espresso's in the wind for the minute, but let's just see what Crumb Cake looks like. See, I thought it was just a bit pale and it doesn't pull out the colour from the fox, the legs of the fox. Early Espresso with a base and vanilla latte. Oh, Arlene, you're spot on, darl. Look at that. Because that's what I was going to ask next. What were we going to use for a matte layer? But the very vanilla. Look at that. Pretty cool. And you know what? I reckon, because we're going to have to do one with a different matte. So I reckon we'll chuck in a bit of Mossy Meadow just for a bit of, you know, lovely, lovely green. Because you guys know I'm going to put green in there somewhere. Alright, so let's go. We're going to cut our card base, which is Early Espresso, so don't let me get that confused. And we're going to cut this down to 22 and a half, so 22.5, cutting that down. And then we're going to trim this way on the shorter side to 20.3. So you need it 22 and a half by 20.3. All right. Now we'll use that bit not so much, but we're just going to leave it there for the minute because we don't waste anything in this room. All right. And then what we need to do is we need to do some scoring. So I actually have a little chart here that we're going to score, and I'll hold it up and you can get a screenshot of it a little bit later, but for the minute let me show you how this is going to work. So I just got to now measure because I forgot which is my short side. Alright, that's 20.3 and that's, oh, have I just cut both of them at 20.3? Surely not. I just cut both of them at 20.3. How did that work? Alright, hold please, let me get, alright, let me get another sheet of Early Espresso. Goodness me, how did I say 22 and a half and still cut it at 20.3? Goodness me. Alright, so 22 and a half, that's 22 and a half. Then I'm cutting this down to 20.3, like so. Alright, got it, done. Now, on the short side, which is this side here, our 20.3 side, we're going to score it at 2.5 centimetres. So 2.5 centimetres or 1 inch if you're in your American measurements. We're going to do 6.3 centimetres, which is 2.5 inches. We're going to go 14 centimetres, which is 5.5 inches, and we're going to do 17.8, which is 7 inches. Okay, so that's our short side done. Then we're going to flip it around to the long side, and we're going to score that at 3.8 centimetres or 1.5 inches. So I've tried to work it out for those in America that like to watch, or those that like to work in inches as well today. And then we're going to slide it all the way along to 18.7, which is 7 3/8. Okay. Alright, so basically that's what we need to do. And then we're going to flip it around here. I'm going to pop it in, and I'm just going to make a couple of little marks. Now I know you guys can't see the couple of little marks that I do, but it's just going to give me a center mark. So at 10.1-ish, or 4 inches, whichever you want to, I'm just going to put a little mark here. I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to put a little mark here. So you'll see now we've got it sort of scored kind of like we're going to make a box. Alright, and I've got a mark here, and I've got a little mark here. Alright, then we're going to do some cutting. Let me pop this away. So I'm going to grab my snips in, and we're going to cut up here. So I'm going to cut down here like so to that line, and then I'm going to cut down here to that line, and then do the same on this side. So I've flipped it around and I'm just cutting on that score line up to that first score line. Now, you don't have to cut these little score lines off, but I do just so that it doesn't create a lot of bulk with the fold. So I'm cutting these corner pieces off because, let's face it, nobody likes bulk in their card bases here, do they? So I like these colours too, Deirdre. They're all my favourites. I love browns and greens and ambers and things like that. So, alright, and then I'm just going to banner these in once again, just so that we don't have that bulk, and when we close the card up and make our little box, it works for us. And you'll see that this will also give us our little triangle fold that we need to do at the end. Super, super easy way of doing our triangle fold. Because you guys know me, I'm a lazy crafter, so I like to make things that are easy to replicate. Although I came up with these measurements and this pattern, so it's this is a Beck do-over, this one. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold these in and back. Now I haven't seen this before anywhere else. I don't know, you guys might have, so if you've seen it before, let me know. But I did see one demonstrator from a different company do this with 2 little boxes, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do 2 little boxes, I want to do 1 big box. So I had to make it to fit 1 big box. So, and then so I'm just folding all of my score lines in, right? Like so, like so. Now, to get my triangle fold here, what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in. Oh, let me just catch up on some comments. We'll watch the replay heading to the football and netball. Oh, good luck, Jacinta. Good luck. Hey, Beryl, how are you? Alright, so we're going to fold it in, but I want to fold it so that this seam here matches this seam here. So it's just a matter of matching up your score lines, right? So you're just going to fold it here like that, and you're going to fold it back to that score line. Now you could do it either way. You could fold it back like this as well, and then fold it back to your score line. It doesn't matter which way you do it. So there's, 2 different ways of doing it, but I find it easier to sort of fold it down, so then I know I've got that point there on the side. My fingers are probably in the way. And then the point there. And I know that this is my middle mark because remember, we scored it and put a little mark there. So now I know scoring it will give you a better fold, but if you get there and you give it a good burnish, that will give it a really good fold too, see? So you want to have that. But what we're going to do is actually going to fold in and go like that. So it's going to fold in on itself. Right? Is this making sense? Please let me know if it's not making sense, so I can maybe try and explain it a little bit better for you guys. Alright, so we're going to go like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm just lining up those score lines. So the top score line here, and I'm lining it up, so I'm folding it over. Hey Grace, how are you? Thanks for watching. Alright, so we're going like that and like that. So once again, burnish all of these, because this is the bottom of our card. So we need to have good burnish lines so that it, folds nice and flat underneath the card. Alright, so then what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on here. So and I didn't put my thing after Wednesday night, so I don't even know if my glue's going to come out. No, it's not. Where's my little pokey tool? Oh, I had to move everything because Lukey joined us the other night. How good was it that he came over and joined us the other night for crafting? I miss crafting with my little man. Call him my little man, but he's not really little. I can tell you that right now. I love yours and Fiona's crafting. Oh, I love Fiona's crafting too. I try and do her challenges every week because, it gives me some me time when I can try and do some crafting just for me. Not doing it for classes. I love doing it for classes and that too, but I just love to do the crafting for me time too. So I've just put a bit of glue on that, and I've folded it back under that flap there, so it's going to create our box. So see that there? And then we're just going to go around and do that for every side. So a little bit of glue here, and then we're going to fold that back on itself here like that. It was a nice surprise, wasn't it? I said to him, do you want to come over and say hello to the girls and, you know, maybe make a card with me? Because he's, so not only now does he have to do all his study as well, he's actually got a part-time job or a casual job as well. So, and you know what? At least his casual job paying, I don't pay him to come over here and craft with me. So, you know, well, I do pay him. I pay him in overseas holidays. That's a good payment, I think. But anyway, so, all right. So you'll see now how our box has sort of come together because we've attached those side pieces on there. And then those corner pieces are going to fold in like so. And the whole lot is just going to fold flat. So see that? Let me hold it up for you. So see that? It holds nice and flat there, like that. So while that's waiting, I'm going to do that there and pop that there. Ooh, hey Gigi, how are you? Got back from the beach. My goodness, how cold is it over there? Isn't it cold over there right now? Alright, so now we need to cut our two front pieces. So let me grab my trimmer again. We're going to cut two front pieces now at 5.25 by 14.9. So I'm going to just go up to my 14.9 mark here, cut one this way, and then we're going to do the 5.25. Now you guys know that these don't have a 0.25, but it actually works out to be the little one here next to the 2, which is 2 1/16, which is 5.25. So I love that I can get that 5.25 exact. So I'm going to cut another one here, 14.9 by 5.25. There we go, like that. Alright, so that's our card base. Alright, let me get rid of all of these scrappy bits. And then we need to do some layers. So I'm going to put a layer on the inside of the box, and I think this is what we'll use the Mossy Meadow for. So the layers for that is we're going to cut 14.4 centimeters. So by 7. So this is our matte layer for the inside of our box. And then we're going to use the Very Vanilla to cut inside layer for that we're going to stamp on. So this is where we're going to get our stamping happening. So we're cutting this down to 6.5 by 13.9. So I'll go 13.9 first, like so, by 6.5 centimeters, like that. So that's going to be our stamping layer there, like that. And then we need to cut our outside matte layers for this one here. So we're going to do the Very Vanilla for that one. So we need that to be 14.4, like that. I should have done 14.4 and then just cut the 13.9 down, but anyway, by 5 centimeters. So we'll go 5, and we need 2 of them because we've got 2 fronts, remember? And then we get to bring in our beautiful Foxy Loxy DSP and cut some of that. Now, I want to make it so that it kind of looks like it's a pattern going across. So I'm going to cut it this way. And I'm going to cut this at 13.9. Like so. And then we're going to cut 2 pieces of this at 4.5 centimeters. So you'll see how we've come down by 4.5 centimeters each. Now don't stress if you haven't quite got all the measurements that I've been banging out, because I've got a chart here that you can take a screenshot of. So that is going to get layered on top of our Very Vanilla, thanks to the beautiful Arlene giving us that idea. Alright, so we're going to go like that, and then like that, but we need a belly band as well. So what I thought for our belly band is we'll flip our paper over and we'll use the Early Espresso stripes. So for the belly band, we're going to cut 4 centimeters by 24 centimeters. Let me pull my arm out, my best trimmer ever. 24 centimeters. And now normally, guys, I don't score it. What color are the trees? The trees are brown. The trees are pecan pie. I think they got a bit of crumb cake in them and early espresso. The trees. Alright, so what was I doing? See, I got confused then. I got just sidetracked. I saw a squirrel. 24.4. Now normally, like I said, I don't normally score my belly bands. I just fold it, wrap it around and glue it. But I've got a score measurement for you guys today. So I've got 7 centimeters. So we're just going to do a light score at 7 centimeters. And then we're going to go out to 18.5 centimeters and score that too. So then we got a nice little score line for our belly band to join up. And that's going to wrap around the front there like so. Alright, now we get to do the fun stuff and do some stamping on the Foxy paper. Oh. Well, I'd say the Cajun Craze with, I don't know whether it looks like a bit of peach pie maybe or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, that's a bit hard. It hasn't focused, has it? Let's focus. Focus, please. Focus. No. I'd say it's got a bit of maybe peach pie. It doesn't say on the thing. It just says Cajun Craze. Alright, so now we can start to glue all of our pieces together. So we'll glue our front pieces together. So I'm going to pop this one on here like so. Pop a bit of glue on there. Like so. I'm trying to get that nice border happening all the way around. And this is why I like green glue. I'm team green. Team green all the way. Green glue. Green colours, all of it. And then we'll do this one here. So go around the edges of our card here, like so. Team green glue. What team are you? Do you like green glue? Do you like tear and tape? Do you like stamp and seal? What do you like? What's your choice of adhesive? I'm trying to get that straight, and it's only teeny tiny, the border around it. Like so. Alright. Hey Kay, how are you? Alright. Let's pop this one on now. Okay. Like I said, only a teeny tiny border around it. So we've got a teeny tiny border, and then we work up and have a little bit bigger. Green glue. I'm team green. Yeah. I love green glue. Team green all the way. I mean, it helps that it's my favourite colour too, hey? Alright, so that's our front panels stuck together. We've got that done. I'm going to put a bit of glue here on the back. This is going to glue our belly band together, like so. So we're just going to glue that. Now this is going to be the front of our belly band where our join is, because we want that join to be hidden, and that's going to be hidden underneath our little tag that we're going to make. And then we've got our card base, and then this is our inside panel, but we can't do this yet because we're going to stamp on this. So let's grab out our super huge big stamping tree. We've got our big tree here, so we're going to use this. Now this is not a little stamp, guys, not a little one at all. Hey Josie, how are you? Hey Bev, how you going? Alright, so I've got to bring in my block. So I'm just going to bring in my big block here. And then I'm going to ink it up. So I need to grab some, well, obviously Early Espresso. We're going to grab some Mossy Meadow, because we're just going to grab the colours that are in it, right? And some Cajun Craze. So real autumny colours for this one. And then I'm going to ink up. So this is my way of shading a tree when you don't really want to shade a tree, right? Murphy's way. So you're just going to ink up the tree like so in green. Then I'm going to put a bit of Cajun Craze on it. So just like, you know, a bit here and a bit there. I'm just dabbing the ink pad over it just to give it a few of those autumn coloured leaves in there. And then I'm going to use the Early Espresso and I'm going to stamp that just on the tree trunk there, like that. Let's see what we come up with that. Give it a bit of a huff because you've, you know, put a few different colours on there. And then we're going to stamp that tree down like so in the centre of that panel. It's a huge tree, by the way. Sitting in my lounge in my PJs with the sun shining. Oh, I wish we had sun here. It's been very windy here last night, guys. Like super windy. Look at that. See how cool that looks? Let me pull it up and show you. So we now have our Early Espresso tree trunk, but see how we have all of the different... Oh, why is it not focusing? It's focusing on stuff behind it. Anyway, you guys can see that, can't you? It has all the different colours of the tree and everything in there. Alright, and then we're just going to grab our blending brushes and blend a bit of Mossy Meadow, a bit of Early Espresso. Oh no, that's Basic Black. I don't want to blend Basic Black. I need Early Espresso. Alright, so I don't even think I need to ink these up. I'm just going to put a little bit of, you know, just a little bit of ink on where the green bits are in those trees, like that. And then a bit of Cajun Craze through it too, like that. So the trees are kind of turning to autumn as such. Put a bit more green in it, like that. And then I'm just going to do a bit of gentle shading of Early Espresso on the tree there. So that's kind of my lazy way of colouring in. It's a huge tree, Karen. Huge. Massive. Big tree. It's, well, you guys know how tall I am. So, and that's it on the palm of my hand. It's a massive tree. What have we got? It measures, mine by head, about 12.5 centimetres tall. So it's a huge tree. So if you love tree stamps. And then I am just going to blend a little bit more Early Espresso down around the bottom here. Just because I want to use, there's a beautiful little die in here with deers in it. So I just want to blend a little bit of Early Espresso on the bottom there, like so. Alright, then we're going to grab our dies. So, our Autumn Amber dies that come by, oh no, that's not the one. It is this one here. Autumn Tree dies, sorry. So there's your big tree. So you've got the outline and then you get the inside one as well. You get this gorgeous little deer die. Look, I want to use that one. And then you get this one here, which will put leaves onto your tree. So that one there, oh, let me show you. So hard to get it off. We'll put like different coloured leaves onto that part of the tree there. And then you've got your little deer as well, and some rocks and some grass and a smaller tree too. So quite good dies in this, in the stamp set. But I'm just going to use this little deer die here and get some, clean this up because I'll end up putting my hand in it. I just know it. Don't you know it? I'll get a scrappy piece of Early Espresso from my stash here, because we only need just a small piece to go across the bottom there like that with our die. So I'm going to die cut that out like so. So hold please while I die cut this out. Talk amongst yourselves. What are we getting up to for the weekend? Anything exciting? I think I need to clean my studio. I think I need to have a severe clean of my desk because I've got crap everywhere, essentially. And it needs to be cleaned. Alright, so look at that. Isn't that super cute? Look, mummy and baby deer. Mummy and baby deer. There is a deer stamp, yes. There is a deer stamp. So you've got deer, a little bit of grass, like some rocks, some more rocks. I think that might be like foliage that you can stamp in the tree. Let's see what this does, shall we? As I said, I haven't really had a good play with it yet, but let's just see if we get a bit of green here. Which way do you reckon it goes? Like that or like that? Let's just see what it does. Oh, it just stamps a bit more foliage in the tree, look. So it makes it look a little bit fuller. Well, that's pretty cool. See, we can experiment together. Let me go and get some Cajun Craze and we can put some more leaves in there too. Oh yeah, just adds a little bit trees, adds a bit of fullness to the tree. Do we like that a bit better? Like that. So you can see now our tree looks really full and autumny. Oh, that looks good. I like that. So there you go. See, learn something new every day. You guys asking me to experiment. So that's that little stamp there that puts all the fullness into the tree. And then you could probably use it on that one there too and make that one a little bit fuller as well. But there's lots of good stamps on that one. So I'm going to Vicky's this afternoon with craft. Oh, I wish I had friends that would come and craft with me. I've got to clean my room though. That's the problem. Alright, so then I'm going to attach this one to here like so. Alright, we're going to put a bit of glue on the back of that. Attach this one to our green one here. Like so. And then I'm going to just put a few blobs of glue over this one here. Just to attach him to the bottom of our tree here. Like so. So he looks like he's standing under the tree. I think I want to center him a little bit more than that. Just like that. And this is going to go on the inside of our box. Like that. And then we'll just snip off these side pieces like this. Snip. And snip. Like that. And then we can pop him into the inside of our box there. Now we couldn't, we could have put this on like before we made the box, which you can do, but it's just as easy to slide this in like that and then just drop it down and center it up inside the box there. Just as easy, because we're team green. See? So like that. And it creates like a little shadow box for him to sit in. How cool is that? Go whoosh, like that. Alright, now we can stick our little front panels on here. So we're just going to pop some glue on here. And I'm going to do this side as well. Like that. And then I just want to make sure that I've got me foxes around the right way. So this one goes on this side, this one goes on this side. And then you're just going to line that side there up with that edge there. And then this side here with that edge there, like so. And give it a bit of a smoosh. Make sure it's all nice and straight. And then you're going to have your little foxes on the outside. You're going to open up and go, oh, has they got their little deers on the inside? How cool's that? So there we go. I need a cut lunch to get to her place though. I'd take a cut lunch, that's okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an enabler, but I love trees. I do have a lot of trees in my arsenal. Alright. So now I have to put something on the front on our belly band, because our belly band is going to sit like this, right? So our belly band's going to slide over there like that. And then I probably could have done him a little bit tighter, pulled it a bit tighter, but that's all right. And so then I'm going to drag in to stamp on that these pattern tag dies. So these are new dies, and they are just divine. So I'm going to bring in these two here. And then I also want to stamp, I think, this little acorn thing here, just to bring the whole tree theme in. So we're going to stamp that, and then I'm going to stamp You're Simply the Best, because then it can be for anybody. It can be for man or woman or whatever. So there's a bit to this. Oh, look at that. What's that there? We don't need that. Get rid of that. All right. So we'll die cut this, I think, in the Very Vanilla, because I want to use that foil on the other side. also. Have I got a scrappy bit? I've surely got a scrappy bit of Very Vanilla. Look at my big scrappy bag. Surely got a scrappy bit that I can fit that onto. Nope, too small. Nope. Too small, too small. Let me go Sofficking here. It's probably going to be all slightly too small. What's this one? Ooh. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's perfect. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to die cut that one. And then I'm going to grab some of that, some of this awesome foil stuff here. And I'm going to die cut one of them out. So I've already cut some of that. So we're going to do that on that one there, like that. So hold please. Let's just do that. And run that through our die cutting machine and wait till you see this. This is just like... So I've been having fun because I've been creating I've got an event coming up in October, which is our Come Craft with Beck Day. And we're going to go through, it's kind of going to be like a mini catalogue, but it's not because it's in October. But you're going to get to see all the new stuff. And you're going to get to play and make cards and that. And I've made it a cheaper day. So I've made it $25 to come and craft with me for the day. And you'll make 4 cards on the day. So... pretty cool. But we do our normal classes as well, and our normal classes are $35, but you get a little bit more advanced techniques in our normal classes. So alright, I'm just going to push this out. Now you see how I've pushed out the inside bits here. Look at all of these little ferny bits that we get that we can use on another card from this beautiful tag. Love that we get these extra bits, so it's like a 2 for 1. Alright, so we're going to just pop some dobs of glue, you know, over this here, like that, like that. And then I'm going to pop that down there, and it's going to lay over the top of that tag. Have a look at how magic that looks. Look at that. My glue holds. It'll hold really well. Look at that. How good does that look? Alright, and then we'll get a bit of the twiny stuff here. Now this is hard to work with. It's like really stiff. But if you give it a bit of a, you know, whop for, and you know, screw it up, play with it for a little bit, it's not too bad. But trying to shove that through that tiny little hole. So this is where our take your pick tools come in handy, like so. And then we're going to pop that into there, like so, and pull that through. Alright, so this is a bit of an advanced card that we're doing this morning, so it is taking a little bit longer than we probably normally would stay online for, but that's okay. It's cold outside. I got nowhere to be. Have you guys got somewhere to be? Alright, so let's stick that on there. So I'm just going to go pop a couple of dimensionals on here. Actually, I probably should make my little, before I do that. Let me show you. Now, have you ever put dimensionals on, can't get them off again? Right? So, if you can't like pull them off, oh, that came off neatly. We can reuse that one. Oh, and this one too. No, that one's not going to come off. But I should have rolled it. I'm not going to see that anyway. I should have rolled that. Alright, I'm going to just try and... Actually, I think I might have enough. Let's see. If not, I'll just cut another one. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to cut it. I might have enough to pull it in and join it a little bit tighter. Yes, I will. Because I just want it that little bit tighter. And of course, every card's going to be different. So this is why I like to do the whole wrap and fold thing and not score lines in it. Because it gets me a better finish when I do the whole wrap and score thing. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue down there, like that, and then just glue that back together, like that. So it's a little bit tighter now. Probably now going to be too tight and I won't get it off the card, you watch. Oh, craft group. I wish I lived closer. Although, I could do a craft group too. Oh yeah, that'll still slide. Alright, cool. Too easy. Cool bananas. Alright, so we'll stick that down there. I can't use that one. That's got a bit of paper on the back of it. Stick that one on there like that. Maybe go one there. Let's see, is that going to cover? Yep. Alright, we'll pull them off like so. And then our little tag's going to sit across there like that. And then I want to stamp this one. But I need some Very Vanilla. Let's just see if my little scrappy piece here. Ooh, that's going to work. And we'll stamp that down in Early Espresso. Which way am I going to go? Like that. Hopefully that's fitting my stamp. See, because we got red rubber, we can't see through it. Oh, it just cut it off there, but that's alright. No one's going to know that I've cut that off. Except for you guys, so don't tell anybody, alright? And then I'm going to die cut that out. So this is a bit of a long one this morning. I apologise. But you're getting to see all of these awesome things, right? So now I've just got to find the right die set to get that die out of. So I'm going to die cut that. I'm going to die cut some of them. And I'm going to die cut some of these. So I'm showing you all of what this sweet's capable of. And then I'm going to grab this, you know, I showed you these the other day, the traditional labels, because we need something for our sentiment. So I'm going to grab that one. And then we'll grab a bit of scrap Very Vanilla. And we'll stamp our sentiment. What colour should I stamp the sentiment in? Should I go Cajun Craze or Mossy Meadow? Let me know. Cajun Craze or Mossy Meadow. And I'll die cut this one out of that. I'm going to pull in some Mossy Meadow. So let me grab a couple of... See, this is where all your scrappy bits come in handy, guys. See, look, all of the scrappy bits are going to cut some of these. We'll do that. And then I think I'm going to cut some... I'm going to do some crumb cake with that, I think. Let's get a stick of crumb cake. Mossy Meadow, you reckon, for the sentiment. Alright. So hold please. I'm just going to die cut these out. I don't like to colour before I die cut because, you know, if I do that, what'll end up happening is I'll end up die cutting it out and then, or colouring it and then die cutting it, and the die cut will move or something like that. So I always tend to die cut before I colour. So we'll do that. We got that one. And I'm going to do a couple of these. So just... Okay. And see, this one's a good one too, guys. Look, because you get the middle bit out of this too. And we're going to use these bits too. Look at that. You get that middle bit too out of that leaf. So once again, it's a twofer. You get a 2 for 1. Alright. I'll just cut a couple more of these. And then I'll colour the oak nut thingies. The oak nut things. Are they oats? Oaks? Oak tree. It's an oak tree leaf, I think. Alright. And we'll get, don't forget your twofer in here. Because you've got to get your twofer out. I like it when you go out for dinner and you get twofers. 2 for 1 on dinner. That's pretty cool. I'm going to end up losing these. You can just see it. I'll just put them there for the minute. Alright, so there's all our little leaves. We've got these ones here that we can play with too. And then, what did we decide? Mossy Meadow for contrast? Is that what we decided? Mossy Meadow, Mossy Meadow. Look, very cool. Oh, that would be alright. It would loosen it. Yeah, if we got... if I got the heat gun, it would have loosened the glue on my DSP there, but that's alright. Alright, we'll go Mossy Meadow. You're simply the best. like so. And then we'll die cut that out using this one from the, what was it, the traditional labels, which is, you know, pretty cool as well. Alright, let's die cut that one out. So my die cutting machine just lives behind me on wheels, so I can sort of move it in and out. So where does your die cutting machine live? Alright, so let's grab some blends. Now I've got some blends here because I knew we were doing autumn-ish colours, so I do have some blends here that I've prepared earlier. So I'm going to use pecan pie for me nuts, because, you know, that's what they are, aren't they? They're pecan pie coloured nuts. So I'm going to use some dark pecan pie to start with. I'm just going to go over these darker areas here, like so. Now, you all know that we have colour lifters, right? And the colour lifts the colour out. Did you know, and I don't know if you knew this, that when you use a lighter colour that's of similar colour, so like, you know, if I'm using a brown, like this brown here, if I used like crumb cake or something like that, it'll lift colour as well. Did you guys know that? And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just colouring now over all of that with light pecan pie. So I've done dark pecan pie and light pecan pie. And you'll see, you can still sort of see where it's like coloured there. But if I grab my light crumb cake and then just go over the middle of that again, it'll blend it all in, but it also lifts the colour a little bit. So let me show you now how it's sort of just lifted it and made it look like it's got that bit of a shine on it. So, oh, have a good day, Kay. I'm a bit jealous. See ya. Alright, and then I'm just going to go in and do the top of that with a bit of light crumb cake. Light or dark? No, dark, sorry, dark. Just around the bottom here like that. And a bit of dark in here. Like so. So did you guys know that you could do that and lift colour with the lighter colour of something as well? I think it's a good tip. And then I'm just going to go over those stems with the light crumb cake as well at the top there. I'm not putting any light pecan pie on that because I kind of want a bit more of a definition on that to make them look a little bit like a different colour. My cutting machines are on the floor beside me. Oh yeah, on the floor. Doesn't that like hurt your back when you bend down to pick it up, Megan? It would hurt mine. Alright, so then I'm going to grab my dark mossy meadow and I'm just going to go in and all of these little shaded bits. So Stampin' Up! Really tell us where to colour, right? Because all of the dark bits would be shadows. So if you just grab the darker colour that you've got and just do a bit of squiggle lines, and especially when you're doing these kind of leaves, squiggle lines are really good. Like so. Like it doesn't have to be hard blending. There's probably different tips and tricks, but this is how I sort of find it to do. So let me know, do you do it like this, or how do you blend? Like do you have a methodical process to it? See, I'm just scribbling really. I'm not even really colouring, I'm just scribbling. So I'm just putting a bit of dark colour on there. So you'll see that I've just gone over all of those dark lines there. And then I'm going to come in with my light mossy meadow. So that was dark mossy meadow. And I'm just going to go over those a little bit, but not like colour them the same sort of way. Just doing a bit of squiggles. I feel like Mr. Squiggle. Oh, Miss Jane, what have we got here today? Alright. So just doing a few little squiggle lines over that. And I'm kind of a lazy crafter too, so I like to make it look good, but with the easiest way possible, right? Or is that lazy, or is it called efficient? Let's go with the word efficient, that sounds better. And then I'm going to bring in just some light Cajun craze and just put a few of these bits in it, like so. Because I kind of want it to make it look like it's gone a bit, you know, it's drying up for autumn. I know we're coming into spring, but That's all right, we can use these. So just dotting a bit of this, you know, just a bit here, there and everywhere. And I mean, it looks like funny at the moment because you've just got bits of colour all over it. But then we're going to go over it. Remember what I said to you about a lighter colour? So we're then going to come in with this lighter colour Old Olive, and then I'm going to go over the whole leaf with Old Olive, and just, I'll pull it up so you'll see it just looks like colour, but then when I blend it in, see how it blends in with all the rest of the colours when you blend over those colours, because I've used a lighter green. So I'm just literally now colouring over the whole leaf and over all the colours that we've put on there to blend all of those colours in. And I'll hold it up for you, and then you can tell me yay or nay whether you like it or not. I've got feelings, but you know, this is how I like to do stuff. And if you don't like it, that's great. That's fine. Totally fine. We've all got our ways. Alright. So now when I lift it up, I don't know if you can see that now, but when I lift it up, see how all of those blend in, and it's sort of got those bit of rustic bits in it that looks like it's, except for don't look at that bit where I cut my stamp off, but so yeah, anyway, that's how I do the blending of my leaves. Alright, so now let's stick all these bits on now that we've got them on. So I'm just going to stick, you know, a couple under here like so, a couple of dimensionals, and I'm going to angle that like that there over my tag. We're going to pop our sentiment on like so, and that's going to sit under here like that, so we can still see the copper tag underneath. And then we're just going to grab our bit of glue and we're going to tuck these guys, oh, if I can hold them. So this, I don't like to stick too many dimensionals underneath, because then when we start sticking all of these guys under here, you've got nowhere to stick them because you've stuck all the dimensionals underneath. But if you just carefully place them, and there's no right or wrong way to place these, you're just going to sort of tuck them under, you know, move it around a bit, tuck it under. Once that glue goes off, it'll be right. And see, we're going to even use the inside bit of the leaf because it adds like sticky texture to it. Is it? Sticky as in sticks, not sticky as in yucky glue. Alright, tuck him under here like so. Like that. They're a bit hard to pick up though, I must admit, because they're tiny and little. I'm going to stick this one under here like that. So I actually was thinking that these would be good for Father's Day, these kind of cards. And then we can stick these bits back in here. Look at that. How good do they look stuck back in? Brings out the copper in our tag. Like that. And there we go. Oh, I've just dragged them out with my finger because it didn't let the glue go off. Like that. Alright, I think that'll do. How's that? Pretty cool, huh? Now, where do you write your message? Good question. So, once you have done all of this, pull that off, then we're going to cut a panel in here, which is the same size as our panel that we did for our inside mat piece. So we're going to cut that at 7 centimeters by 14.4. So I'll just cut that in very vanilla. So 7 centimeters by 14.4, and that then, and you could mat that up as well. You don't want to make it too heavy at the back or else it probably won't stand. But we're going to just pop that there, and then we'll get that little deer. Where's the little deer stamp? And we'll stamp that little deer stamp on the back here because he's a bit cute. Where's my AliExpress? Just like so. On the bottom, I'll grab an envelope. Good reminding, Maura, so I know then to do my envelopes. Like that. Oh, I rocked it. Bugger. Don't you hate that? You know what? Let's fix that. Let's put a little tree next to him because I buggered it up. See, there's no mistakes. We'll just chuck a tree over it. So we'll just put a little tree here, like he's like tucking out behind the tree, and then you wouldn't even know that we had a bit of a whoopsie on that. And then I might just pop a little tree on that side there too. And I think he needs a bit of grass. Let's put a bit of grass underneath him on the inside there. So I think then we've pretty much used, except for all the rocky bits. We haven't used all the rocky bits. We'll do a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, a bit of that there. So now he looks like he's running on some grass. Alright. This, don't want to get that all over my nice new card that I've just made. Alright, and then we're just going to glue this on the back. Oh. So thanks for sticking with me. I know it's been a pretty long session this morning, but look at the amazing card you get to make. So you've got your nice belly band on there, like so. Well, let's see. So there we go. What do you reckon? How cool is that? Lots of different layers. We got bling, but I don't know if the bling will stand out more. Where's our bling? Let's see. See, because oh, we might be able to stick. I don't know if we really. See, I don't think it'll. Don't know if we got to put it anywhere. You know what? I don't think I will, because we've got our tag on there, which is the foil, and that's a bit shiny anyway. So I don't think we need any bling. So then you pull your little belly band off and you open it up, and you've got your little box on the inside, and it'll stand as well, see? So it stands quite nicely, and your little belly band can sit next to it like that. And then you've got your writing panel on the back there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for sticking with me. As I said, I know it was a sort of a long one. Now let me give you, let me put my little thing up so that you can take a screenshot. I'll load a picture up anyway, but if you want to get cracking now, because it'll take me a bit to load a picture up. Let me just hold this all flat, and hopefully you can see my measurements and read my measurements there. So I'll just hold that there like that, and you can take a screenshot of that. Will it fit chocolate? I don't think it will, Christine, because it's flat. It folds flat. And then on the back there is all of our inside mat measurements and our belly band measurements and whatnot. But like I said, I'll take a photo of that and pop it up in the Craft with Beck group so that you can do it. But yeah, because it sits flat, I guess, you know those the Gilead chocolates or the Aldi, you know, the Aldi flat ones, you could probably fit one in and just make your belly band. So the first belly band I did would be a bit bigger, and you could fit that in there. But because it sits flat, I don't know if you're going to get a bit of, you know, a fair bit of chocolate in there. So, but there you go. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. The thin bars from Aldi might. That's what I was thinking too, Maura. So I hope you like that. Was that good? Did you like that? Do you love that new suite? I love it. Oh, all the colours that are just in those papers are just great. I love them. And I think that they can do for male or female cards. So anyway, that's good. So don't forget, 3rd of September, the new catalogue goes live, and then I'll be able to show you all on, what is the 3rd? Tuesday? Is the 3rd Tuesday? I don't know. I'll hopefully be able to show you all on Wednesday night for Wing It Wednesday. Let me get my phone and let me just check the date. But I think, what are we at? The 3rd. Oh, it goes live on Wednesday, so I can show you the inside of the catalogue on Wing It Wednesday. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you do try doing this card over the weekend, I'd love to see what you create with it. So pop it up in our Craft with Beck group. If you're not a member of the Craft with Beck group, jump on over, answer a couple of simple questions. It's just so that we keep our group members safe from any spammers, because we don't want anybody coming into the group that we really don't want in there that's going to upset the apple cart. So yeah, jump on over and answer a few questions and I'll pop you in and you can see all the creations that everybody loves to share in there. It's just a fun group to be in. Alright guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you on Wednesday. If not, I'll see you back here next Saturday for Breakfast with Beck. Alright, bye for now.